especially when Jewel went down out of the guys. Except, we always knew they were going to run hard and try and hit holes, but beyond that, we really didn't know what we were going to see out there. So it's definitely it's a plus, it's a bonus. It gives us a lot of confidence, going into the rest of the season, seeing that we have multiple running backs who are very capable of making the plays we need them to make.
Julian, as an offensive lineman, are you comfortable with being more of a pass-oriented offense, at least until guys like Robinson and Wager gain more game experience and can therefore make it so the offense could be more balanced?
I think we're comfortable with whatever they want to throw us into. Obviously we're built on running. We love to run the ball. Our offensive line is very run-oriented. The mentality that we have is very physical. But we work, every day just as much on pass as we do on run. And we have special, periods in practice that are just for the pass, getting us ready for what the other team's going to do. So I think if we have to step back and run a little bit more of a passing attack for a while, I think that's a challenge that we're looking to step up to.
Were you surprised at all by the two running backs and kind of the leap they took in the second game? I know Brandon didn't play the first game, so kind of his first college game out there.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy out of him. I mean, we knew that they had a lot of talent. We knew that A-Rob was going to run hard and make plays for us. Really didn't know what to expect out of Wager. We'd seen him a little bit in practice, but on game day, a lot of people change and do different things. And he's a guy that really stepped up on game day, made his presence felt, and it was, I won't say it was a surprise. We knew that they had the potential for that, but we're really happy that they were able to go out there and perform for us.
For you guys, does it make any difference who's back in the backfield, how you block, and how you move up front? Is it the same?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Yeah, our running backs are all trained the same, and we're trained that whoever's back there, we have one job to do, and that's open holes when it's time to run the ball. So, whether you put Coach Norm back there, or Brandon Wager, or A-Rob, or Pocky, or whoever, we're gonna try and open the holes as big as possible.
Wait, Coach Norm?
How's Norm back?
I don't know.
That's a good line. That's a good line. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave that one there. I don't know about that.
How'd you feel Sunday?
I felt fine Sunday. I was expecting a lot of soreness. The brace that they have me on, though, is pretty tight. Keeps the shoulder nice and close to my body, and I really didn't take too many big shocks there on Saturday. So coming back on Sunday, it actually felt really good.
So what did you have done exactly? Your shoulder? I don't know.
Yeah, it was a pec tendon tear, lower pec tendon, just kind of came off, and they had to reattach that. So pretty easy fix, really.
Well, what was it like for camp for you? Because you're going to miss the whole thing. You'd be behind. What was that like? It was frustrating, I imagine.
Yeah, the only real word for it is frustration. Just because you see everybody else out there practicing and having fun, you want to be out there and playing with them and getting better. You see other guys progressing, and you kind of feel your own skills slipping, and it's definitely a very, very frustrating experience. But the guys were great about pulling me up and keeping me with them. We always like to keep all of our injured players really involved in the film room, in the practice field, watching things, getting mental reps. So it was tough and frustrating, but in the end it turned out all right.
Were you poised to move to center? Because that looked like it smelled that way in the spring. I don't know if how serious was that?
I don't know how serious they were about it. I was definitely taking it very seriously.
Really?
Just because I'm going to have to start getting ready for the draft here in a year, and that would up my stock. Plus, whatever I can do to help the team is, if they want me to play fullback, I'll play fullback and put my heart into that entirely as well. But I don't think there's a guy out here that if we asked him to move to a different position to help the team, he wouldn't put everything he's got into it.
Is that something that you mentioned draft? Do you see maybe a future for your 6'2" guy? Centers are usually a little shorter. Is that what you're thinking?
It's certainly a possibility. We'll see. I'm trying to play as well as I can here right now. We'll leave the draft for next year.
Can you talk about? I know Coach Ferentz has mentioned how cohesion's been, just getting that one lineup. How important is that? Because last year you had it, and it showed.
Yeah, last year we had it. And,
about 5 games in.
About 5 games in, we had great experience and leadership, and we really found the line that worked for us. And this year we're still kind of trying to find the 5 guys who are going to be our full-time guys. But it's an ongoing process, and we'll take it on as long as it takes.
Going in the film room and with Riley, his first start, left tackle. How did he do?
No, we thought he did really well. We know he has the athleticism. He's been watching, and it was good to have Brian on the sidelines there. Kind of coaching him up, helping him, seeing little things that a more experienced guy can see. So I think we were really happy with the progress that he made in practice during the week. when Brian went down and with his performance on Saturday.
That had to be kind of tough on Brian to stand and watch, the big rivalry game from the sidelines and not get in there.
Yeah, he's a tremendous competitor, one of the best competitors we've got on the team, and I mean I think he felt like he could have gone on Saturday, but he always feels ready to go. So it was definitely, for him, it was a little frustrating, but he's ready to get back whenever they want him. He'll be there.
Is he kind of chomping at the bit to get back in there now? Or?
I think he is. He's trying to do everything that he can to kind of push this process forward, and I mean that's what you want out of a leader like him, is somebody who's ready to get back on the field at any time and really wants that spot.